Professor Dubois, it's an international symposium dedicated to your lifetime achievement. How you feel about this after one life spent dealing with metals?
It's always difficult to answer such a question because it's very emotional. I had many of my very good friends worldwide who came, and it's such an honor that of course I'm pleased. And I'm also surprised by the scientific quality of the papers. They were extremely good papers. For instance, this one this morning on magnetic materials, which showed all the keywords of FLOGEN. Development, materials, sustainability, recyclability, everything was there. So it was perfect.
So many people around the world coming and honoring you. And dealing with metals, it has been a worthwhile dedicating your life to metals. And what's the role of scientists dealing with metals in the society? Should be higher than what it is right now, or are we really respected so much in the society?
The situation of metals is related to siderurgy, and which was a big failure in Western countries. Now steel is produced in China and in India, and it is the cause of unemployment in all the, at least in Western Europe. I'm very well aware of this because I live in a small city which produced the bars of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and it was a very prosperous steel factory for years, and it collapsed maybe 30 years ago, I've forgotten. So metals cannot be replaced. You can use polymers in many circumstances, but for the highly demanding applications like these big bridges or aircrafts and so on, so far we cannot replace metals. So metals is really the key for the technological development of humanity. It was like this millions, tens of thousand years when iron was invented and bronze and so on, but it is still the same today. If you look at this device here or your chair, it must be made of metals, and therefore I believe that metallurgy is still key to the development of humanity. Okay, silicon is another business, and this is another big adventure, but as soon as mechanical properties are concerned, metals are superior to the other materials.
So what about the role of scientists in general to the society? There are no many scientists being interviewed for pollution issues, for economical issues, so we are hidden somewhere. Why this happens and what can be done in this direction?
Well, the first reason is that they are too long when they answer a question. Like me. but I think it's very difficult to be extremely good in your laboratory and to spend time discussing big issues with your contemporary. You have to make a choice. Politicians, they are there to discuss and to bargain and to argue and so on. Scientists, they need to be more or less alone in their laboratory and quiet for a long time to think of the problems they tackle. It's two different businesses, and since journalists prefer people who speak to people who think, the choice is easy to do.
So you have been participated a couple of times in sustainable industrial processing summit. Give some of your impressions, how you feel it was a difference you see here compared to other conferences, and general impression.
Yeah, I like the formula. This is why I attended already 2 or 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. I like the formula that it is not focused on the topic but on the person. and then you have a mix of the whole career, and you have a kind of landscape of many different subjects, because every honoree has some background behind him. It is different from the normal conferences, but I like this way to approach science, not through a very specialized topic, which we do all the time, but through the human beings and through the eyes of a good colleague.
Science more human.
A science which is more human, and a science that is more broad scoped and not extremely narrow and focused on something extremely important for the moment, and which will disappear soon, because there are moods and fashions and things like this. So, yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your interview, and we're looking forward for the next year having you as our VIP guest in Cancun.
Thank you.